Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk, thinking right out here in the lab. What I do for you? Today I got a good lesson for you. Yes, I do. Let's go. Rightism, 25 rules led by storytelling. Start with a message and a story for life. I give life lessons. You tune in to receive them. I appreciate your views going up. Thank you. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission, and that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking's way of life through mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. That's my mission that I'm on, to have all right thinkers do just that. Know thyself. That's the mission of all right thinkers. Let's go. My mission is to get you all to do just that. Know thyself. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Stay tuned. I got you. I appreciate you. A person who knows not and believe that they know is annoying, is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows but knows not that they know is asleep. I can awaken them with knowledge of self. I'm a spiritual alarm clock. I'm here to wake you up with knowledge of self. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers know thyself. And to Mayat, be true. Excuse me. Right thinkers. Let me ask you a question. Knowledge, is it the fuel for intelligence? Is it what get it started? So, right thinkers, let's talk about knowledge. Is it the fuel? Excuse me, knowledge is the fuel for intelligence. Well, what's intelligence? Hey, there you go. Let's talk about it. Philosophically, they say we all think, therefore we are. That's the concept of existence. But when you have self knowledge, higher understanding, and you employing it, you become intelligent. You become wiser. Why? Because you have knowledge, you have preparation, you employed it, and you manifested it. So now you have the wisdom and the understanding of experience. So now you know it. When you go through the understanding of all the lessons of God and goddesses, aspects of your character, the end goal is you know yourself. So it takes intellect. It takes what? Knowledge. That means you have to know a few things, acquire a few things, learn a few things. That's the difference. I was always a thinker. I was coming up in the survival, so thinking was pretty much the norm. But with limited knowledge, meaning I was ignorant, so my thinking was wrong. I'll be the first to say that, but at that time, you couldn't tell me I was wrong. I knew everything I thought I needed to know to do what I thought I needed. Again, ignorant. So, but when you're the one going through it, you don't see it. So understand that's what education is about. hmm Education is supposed to give us intelligence, aka knowledge, for us to use so that we can what? Know ourselves. Without knowledge of self, you can't know yourself. We have spiritual principles and morals, that ethics that we live by, stand on, that you can be a virtuous person. And virtue is righteousness, doing what's right when you're supposed to, for the right reason. I call it doing the right thing. If the knowledge of self in the education system isn't taught to our young, how are they ever going to know? Oh, like I did. Go 50 years in a search of the truth for 35, 40 years and find out, well, I know the truth now. Well. It's been there all the time. When I started my search for truth and knowledge, intelligence, and understanding over 35 years ago, that's when my thinking became what? Better. I became what? A better person. I changed my thinking, how I think, with what? Unlimited information and truth and knowledge that I can learn and live by and manifest for myself to show, yeah, this is what I need to be doing. And yeah, this works. The other stuff that I did don't work. Proof. Let's move on. If you want to learn right thinking philosophy by obtaining self-knowledge to give you intelligence and knowledge of self, that's what I teach. That's what I want you to have. Knowledge and understanding of yourself. I don't give you a whole bunch of scholastic knowledge. Nope. I don't give you biblical knowledge. Nope. I give you self-knowledge. Best knowledge. Okay. It's been proven. When you learn spiritual truth, aka self-knowledge, things you can what? You can live by, stand on, and become a better person by doing so. That's how it's done. You teach it, we implement. We teach, you implement, and you manifest, and you receive the blessings from just being a good person. That's simple. That ain't brain surgery, and everybody's eligible to do just that. That's the choice that you can make for yourself. But if you don't know it, you can't make that choice. With knowledge, you have better ability to make good choices. Ignorant, you're going to hit or miss. Sometimes you get lucky. A blind squirrel finds a nut every now and then, but you don't want to be that blind squirrel. Okay? Hit the mark. Be a bullseye. Know what you're doing and get doing what you need to be doing for yourself. When you learn it, you understand it, you live it. Now you got a choice. Live it and teach it, or live it and move on and put it yourself. I choose to teach it. Okay. I can give you, and that's what I do, knowledge, self-knowledge. But if you learn it and you live by it, I guarantee it will change your life. That's all I can tell you. You put the work in, you get the results out. Simple as that. If the educational system doesn't get you to know yourself, then the education system is flawed. I'm just saying. So I did my point about teaching our young our history young. Don't wait till they got to go up and go to church like I did as a grown man. If you start giving the truth, spiritual truths of our ancestors, aka the commission concepts, to us, our young people, things will change. Why? Because they have knowledge of self at an early age. They have truth and knowledge and understanding of who and what they are at an early age. Sorry about that. But I get excited about the education system. You know how I feel about that. And personally, with my philosophy, it gives to you the knowledge of self, which is mental and spiritual information and knowledge that you can live by, and foundation that you can stand on and be comfortable in your position of knowing thyself. I teach both young and old to make a difference to me. But the lessons for the young is a little different from the ones in the old. Why? Because the young, you got to give it to them basic and simple, and they'll grasp it real easy. With the older, you got to play that mind game with them because they're going to use all that nonsense. So as a teacher, I understand that. So that's why I say I know the difference between the two. Again, thinking is good, and it's a normal function of the brain. That's what it does. But right thinking is better. Trust me on that one. I used to think. Now I think right. Then, now. Simple. What could have been. Moving on. Thinking is the normal function of the brain, but so is learning. It's a function too. The brain can learn whatever you want it to acquire. So you got to put the information and get it for yourself to prove that you are capable. What they say, study to show myself approved. Study. I mean, you have to learn. Intellect. Stop being ignorant and learn something. The mind runs the body. I keep telling you that. I gave that example a long time ago. If you ever had a wet dream, yeah, the mind conceived that it was doing what the body had to follow, and it wasn't. So the mind controls the body at that aspect. Self-knowledge trumps biblical or scholarly knowledge every time. That's what I teach. Self-knowledge. I'm not a college professor, I'm not showing a preacher. God, aka spiritual knowledge, will get you God conscious, aka master of self. Man is to become God-like through self-mastery, aka reaching spiritual enlightenment, knee highs, Christhood, horsehood, anointed, all those good things that you have to achieve through what? Putting in the work, thinking, doing, and being. That's how you achieve that. Simple as that. It's for everybody. Yeah, we all are called. How many chosen? Those who choose to go the extra yard, the few extra, those are the ones that make it. Simple. So understand that. Because again, choice. I can teach you the knowledge that I have, but you have to what? Do the work like I did. Learning it was pretty much the fun part. Living it is the hard part. When you master living what you learn, now that's self-mastery. That's right thinking philosophy. Master it by yourself. Being book smart could care less. Why? Because smart is being competition. I'm smarter than you. I'm smarter than you. I'd rather be intelligent. I'd rather have knowledge of self. Why? Because I know me. I don't need to know you. I know your kind, so that's good enough. But I need to really know me first. Okay? So yeah, being smart is good. Yeah, but being spiritually enlightened is way better. Again, trust me. I ain't going there, but the smart guys, smart don't stop you from doing sneaky, deceitful things. Smart don't stop you from being egoistic. If you're really knowledgeable of self, that's what stops that. Mhm. Moving on. Right thinking is what? Using spiritual knowledge, aka intelligence, and using life experiences. That's where the wisdom coming at. You have to experience it. If you're young, it's okay to be ignorant to life. Why? You're still young. But if you get old and you're still ignorant to life experiences, you're old fool. Old fool got no kick coming. Young people can learn as they go. And life going to teach you a few lessons, so don't worry about that. But if you went through life and didn't learn life lessons, that's a you problem, and you're going to have some more problems. So moving on, sorry about that, but that's important. Young people, you want to get your life together early. I call right, excuse me, I call rightisms writers. Why? Because it's my learned knowledge that I acquired through my life experience and my studying and put them both together and coming up with right thinking concepts. That's where it comes from. That's what makes it rightism. It's mine that I learned, that I lived through. I got to write a book, I guess. Everybody write a book. Yeah. So I'm moving on. All right, now I study to learn what it is I don't know. I'm not going to study what I already know. Once I learn it, then I do what? I can teach it. I learned to teach. That's out. I got the information and translate it, transform it, and try to put it in a lesson where I can get some benefits of teaching somebody else what I learned. So that's why I teach what I learned. I don't learn it just to say, well, I'm smart. I'm learning all this information, do nothing with it. Nope, I give it away. All right, I'm gonna wrap this up. Now, I'm no genius by no stretch. No, no, no. But if knowing what you know makes you a genius, well, I'm just saying. That's He always right. If you know what you're talking about before you talk, if you understand what it is you're saying before you say it, when that happens, you're on point pretty much. So talking out the side of your face, talking before you think, those are not bad. Those are not good traits. Okay, so understand that. That don't make me a genius. I just know what I'm talking about when I talk. That's all. Understand that. When you speak from the heart, aka Makaru, that's the truth. It makes teaching easier for me. Why? I don't have to make nothing up. I ain't got the grandstand. I ain't got to do a whole bunch of nonsense. I can just tell you the truth. It's truth teller. Okay. Now, last one, I'm about to wrap it up. Again, I appreciate you. This is easy. Right thinking philosophy is my learned knowledge and my life experience put together so that I teach that to others my way, my style, to hope they can get the lesson. I can break it down simple enough so they can understand it and use it. That's what teaching is all about. Let's go. I don't claim to master anything. No, other than myself. If you can claim self mastery, if you got a bunch of degrees, you got a bunch of ABCs behind your name, but you don't know you, that phrase, what good is the man to gain the world and lose his soul? You don't know yourself. So no matter what you got, you still gonna lose it because you don't know you. Self-discover yourself. Moving on. I don't claim to master anything but myself, and I can teach you my truth that I live by, and you can choose to follow it and use it for yourself. That's what I give it to you for, to use it. When you have a high standard for yourself, and we all should, and you live up to it for yourself, you're a right thinker. You ain't got to follow me. No, follow yourself. But I've got ways that will help you. Even if you're doing your own thing, I'm not going to stop you from doing that. I'm just going to enhance it. Trust me. I'm like that good mix. That's always good going on. Everything I teach, you can use it when? As soon as you understand it. The concept, the philosophical point of view, if you get it, you can employ it. That's all you got to do. That's all you have to do. That's why I give it to you. Okay? I give intellect, life, we call it life information, what? My experiences from my perspective. Excuse me. That proves, I prove they work for me. Why? I don't want to use them. I implement anything I give you, I do. I think it, use it, live it. Why? I'm not going to give you stuff that I don't do. So that's why. I got stuff in my eye. Last one. Right thinkers, new or old, whatever. Any question you got about right thinking philosophy or anything pertaining to spirituality, please ask me why. Because I love answering questions that you want the answer to from my perspective. I appreciate you tuning in. I'm out. I got something else to do right now.